just another Manic Monday. I was going to call it Madness Monday, this video. So anyway, if I can actually talk on this one. I was up at 5 a.m. No wonder I had a good few hours in bed yesterday, weren't it? Then after that, Kev could not find his keys to his Subaru Forester. He thought he'd left them in the VW camper that he'd borrowed from his mate for Truckfest Northwest the day before. Then after that, we had to wait at the yard for a good 45 minutes, if not more. Then I jumped in his Subaru Forester, which goes like the clappers, went over to Macclesfield to his night driver's house to get his yard keys. I know one organises the word, I get that, but very much enjoyed it. Best part of the day, I think, that we're going over to Macclesfield. Unfortunately, we didn't see his boat parts on canal because, of course, we were running a good few hours behind schedule at this point. Nipped in Donald's, got in wagon, made very good time over to Liverpool, which wasn't too bad, Tool Station. Well, actually, I went to Stakehill first, pick up the trailer, and then straight down 62 to Liverpool. Then after that, it was over the beautiful country lanes and another stop. We were actually heading for Crewe, and then the very last stop, or should I say the very last drop of the day, was over in Chester, which is very nice, I must say. When you're going through it in a wagon, though, it's such a different experience. Then after that, we're coming back home. I actually got tracking shots of the MAN HX60s that the British Army currently uses, so I was very happy with that. Got some beautiful shots of Scanias, Volvos, Cranich Heavy Haulage, for instance. Yeah, my kind of day out, let's put it that way. Anyway, so then in the evening, we go over to the club. And I'm thinking, great, she's going to be there. She's going to keep staring at me and smiling at me. Didn't happen, did it, eh? I was pretty happy with that. So her mate actually showed up on his own, and I was like, wow, that's really different. Anyway, we swapped numbers, and he phones me today. He said he's seen her in town, and she is coming next Monday, and he's gonna get me her new email. Thumbs up. But it turns out they had quite an argument, and she did tell him that she's a full-blown lesbian. So we know now there is no hope, okay? I'm not a fool, I know that. I can't help if I still like the way she looks. Right, anyway, so I chatted to Yvonne, who's quite a funny woman who fancies me, but I can't say I fancy her, but she's nice as a friend. Then I got talking to Jason. He actually is a volunteer on the Bury Railway, to do with the steam trains and the old diesels. He's promised me for the second time now a cab ride in a Black 5. So fingers crossed that actually happens over this winter. Because I know that you can actually drive the trains from Bury Station, the actual diesels and that. Well, they are actually mostly diesel engines. From mid-January. It's not as much as the flying lessons either. And then I've basically done it all. So why not? So anyway, had a great time at club, talked to Matthew, talked to Lee the DJ. I give Christine her DVD that I made. Remember when I did the photo shoot? I've actually done a DVD for the club. I've got 2 more orders with that, so I'm looking forward to getting them out. And I have 2 more DVDs to do of truck photos. One for Grant, one for Rob, and one for Paul. Grant's is already done, thankfully. Then after that, the madness starts. So anyway, this is where it gets a little weird. Josh is basically texting Jess all day about a van and just seeing how she is, sending a lot of kisses. She already has a boyfriend and she's not interested. So anyway, Monday night, I phoned her, and it turns out we had such a great laugh. I know what Essex people are like. My cousin's married to one, but honestly, I had a great laugh with her. She might be coming to Truckfest Northwest next year, so hopefully get some good shots of that van Ian would love to see it because Ian's got a Forward Transit Connect and he wants a few strobes in grill, so he's sort of the odd one out on the group. Which I shouldn't really say that because he actually watches this channel, don't you, Ian? But anyway, so basically Josh sort of kept stalking her in a weird sort of way. She put a few texts to him that were a bit harsh but quite funny. So he ended up blocking me. Then he unblocked me yesterday. Just absolute mayhem. So then she's had to come off Facebook Messenger because of it, but she's still on Instagram with me. Keep texting each other every day. A right good laugh. Doing me head a world of good. And then, of course, we get to yesterday, which was quite a good day. And then, of course, we get to today where I've just ordered a few more models, but I'm not actually on track with my model schedule because I'm buying these X-Car toys from China because I've been chatting to Diecast Duty, who has a great channel on YouTube. I've got his email as well. And he's like, oh, these ones from China, these are really good and they do a lot of nice military models. So I'm just like, I'm going off track because I should have bought that haunch. I should have bought the display case. I should have bought the diorama. Thankfully, I'm still keeping up with the Skybirds model. I got my 12th one yesterday. Tim sent it pretty quick, so I'm happy with that. So what's going to happen over the next week? Well, Lee isn't at Lim on Saturday, so I can't have a drive of his Scania. So that's a shame. That's a shame for two reasons. Because one, I've been really looking forward to it, and two, I didn't get to rev Diane's 164 over the weekend because Grant was doing it for like half an hour. And of course, you can only do it for so long. You got to let the engine cool down. So I didn't end up doing it, which I regret. Anyway, so tomorrow I'm supposed to go into Lakeside Cafe to see Faya. She is single. My mother's met her. She's not my cup of tea, but she'll be all right as a friend. So I'm looking forward to meeting her. Then on Friday, I've got Friday Night 50s on in here, just pottering about, making this room look presentable for the next batch of models. Saturday going out, Sunday going out somewhere. I have no idea where because the very last truck show was last Saturday. There is a few more shows rallying up in what do you call it? Up in Cumbria and all that in November, so I'm looking forward to that. So we'll see, and then of course Monday comes around, I'm back at the club. So it's just been, even though it's only Wednesday, it's been quite a hectic week, especially Monday. But I enjoyed the ride with Kev. It's like an apprenticeship, really. So nice one. It's been a bit boring this video, but at the end of the day, there's been a lot of juicy gossip going on. I'm always the man in the middle, and I'm not happy about it. And my good friend Robo, who drives road trains in Australia, the last voicemail he put, man, that were funny. Apparently, with what happened on Monday night, I could actually be the script writer for Eastends, which would be a good thing, but thankfully I don't watch it. And talk about Robo, he's actually seen a 1956 International Australian ambulance, military ambulance, this morning over in Perth. So yeah, I like what I see. Let's put it that way. Anyway, we're up to 8 minutes 52. I haven't done a truck talk videos this week because it was apparent I would be way too tired on Monday night to do it. And to be honest, Convoy in the Park was a pretty boring show this year. So we'll try and get it done next Monday. Stick to the schedule like I do with Andy's Life. And the very last, I think it was the last video, not the last video, second to the last video I put on here, Tangmere Museum. I'm going to do a follow-up video to that, but I loved editing it. So fingers crossed we can do that next week. So we'll see what happens next week, because once I see her again, I'll go into a depression. I can't help it. I don't want to. But at the end of the day, I just need someone to call me on. And I'm thinking about joining a specialist dating agency. Their office is down in London. I've already been on to the woman. And we are hopefully, if I don't get picked for first dates, I am definitely going to go with this dating agency next year And then who knows? Hopefully Christmas next year I have someone to call me on. So fingers crossed. Right, have a good one, and I will see you next Wednesday. If anything develops before, I might see you then. Have a good one. Ta-da.